So, I forgot to do the research before I started this one because I actually was not planning on doing this one until just 3 seconds ago. I changed my mind at the last minute. Nationwide. Now we have these things in America called states' rights, which means from state to state the rules can change. So, you go in one place, you can do one thing, go in another place, you can't. Like the open carry. That was one of the first things that made me pay more attention to states' rights, is the fact that in Oklahoma, where I'm from, you could, at the time at least, openly carry a weapon. Your gun. You can walk around with it. In California, at the time, you could not. You could not. You could have a concealed permit, I believe, in Florida, which is where I live now. But you cannot openly carry it. You can conceal carry. You can have it in a bag or a purse or something. So, on the subject of states' rights, the smoking age is 21. I believe in New Jersey or Hawaii. Hawaii, I know for sure. I'll look it up. Like I said, I should have been prepared, but I'm not, so whatever. Washington, Texas, Virginia, Florida. No, it's not Florida. I live in Florida. What states do you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes? California, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Oregon, Hawaii, and Maine have raised the tobacco age to 21, along with at least 430 localities, including New York City, Chicago, San Antonio, Boston, Cleveland, Minneapolis, both Kansas Cities, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, and Washington, D.C. You have to be 21 years old to buy cigarettes. Will that ever be a nationwide law? And let's look at some of the ramifications here. Because let's say, for instance, you are 18, 19 years old and you start smoking. You live in Massachusetts. And then very next year, they raise it from 18 to 21. Now, when you once could legally buy cigarettes, now you can't. And you can't just turn off a craving for a cigarette. So, will it ever be nationwide? And what will be the fallout? Queen of Pentacles. There's stability. Let's look. Let me go to the notes on the Queen of Pentacles here. Stubborn, materialistic, aloof, practical, nurturing, and loyal. So let's see what surrounds this. The Hierophant. That's the government. Big Brother's watching you. Seven of Wands. I need another word on that too. I don't want on guard. I need something else. Position of power. Yeah. Well, there it is. Position of power. Defending your beliefs. Position of power. Two of Swords. There's your indecision and the crossroads. The Chariot, victory. So, will this ever be nationwide? If they want it, they're going to get it that way. And there's not a whole lot of pushback that stands against them. Nine of Swords. Fear and anxiety, though. It will cause some. The fear, justice. So running this through the legal system is not going to be as easy as you think. It also creates an imbalance. In the hopes, the King of Pentacles. Starting with the Queen, now in the hopes is the King. In the environment, the Hangman. Interesting. New outlook, but it's also stagnation. Behind the scenes is the World. I think overreach of government might be one of those things that's the pushback here. Princess of Wands. That's your word of warning. The Page of Wands, the news, and the... What are you focusing on? Focus on this. The news and the communications. This could be a very ugly debate if it's trying to be a nationwide thing. It's not going to be a federal law. It might be a state thing. Kind of like where I am now, we can sell alcohol, beer, malted beverages. You can't sell spirits, wine, and vodka, because across the street from us is a church. And so you can't sell spirits 100 feet from a church, or is it 50 feet from a church, something like that. So I think it's 100 feet from a church, and you can't sell either beer nor spirits 20 feet from a school. And your word of solace is the Eight of Swords. So even though you're going to get pushed back, they are not necessarily powerful, because that's a powerless card. So the government gets his way. Four Wands. When this will happen, I don't know. I mean, this is years off. We only have like 6 or 7 states that actually do this out of 50, so it's not an overwhelming thing. So the Four Wands. Now, mind you, there also could be, because the cigarette lobby is not the most powerful anymore. But the time will come where the smoking age is 21 for all 50 states.